We're here now with Mayor Christy Angeles, the Honorable Mayor of Tarlac City. We're going to conduct our interview regarding the values and ethics,
Public responsibility.
the administrative ethics and the code of ethics of public service, especially to politicians and public administrators.
When you say public service, it connotes many things. But to be a true public servant, isa lang yung pinag-uusapan mo dyan. How do you deal with your constituents? Are you an exemplary public servant? Number one. To say that you are a good public servant is you have to live by example. Ako, I always tell my people, sa flag raising ceremony, ilang times pa ulit-ulit ko sinasabi, lahat tayo kawani ng gobyerno. And when you say kawani ng gobyerno, you have to serve our people. Three things lang ako lagi ang guiding rule ko in being a public servant. To serve our people with love, humility, and compassion. It's easy to serve verbally at saka mechanically, but without a heart to serve your people, hindi ka magtatagal being a public servant. Kaya when you say public servant, sinasa puso yan, sinasa isip yan, and lead by good example. So that yung mga kasamahan kong kawani sa City Hall, makikita nila ano ba ang pagiging totoong public servant.
In the year 1939, the late President Gustavo Macapagal signed a memorandum circular which states the Code of Ethics. As public servants, what is the importance of Code of Ethics for public responsibility?
The Code of Ethics is a guiding point or let's say basic rule for any public servant. When you say Code of Ethics, ito yung how do you handle yourself in front of the people? How do you deal with people? Ano ba yung standard parameters mo to become a good public servant and a good leader? You know, without this code of ethics, siguro marami, wag naman lahat, na tumatakbo ngayon sa politiko na hindi nila iniisip kung ano yung kaakibat na responsibilidad of being a good public servant. Now, this code of ethics will be a good reminder where you have to put yourself in. Ano ba yung bawal? Ano ba yung pwede? Ano ba yung dapat kong gagawin? Ano ba yung limitation ko as a public servant? Ano ba yung para hindi ma-abuse ang power? Kasi pag walang code of ethics, tendencies are, especially those politicians, I'm telling you, ibang politicians sa public servant. Maraming politicians but are not good public servants. May mga public servants tayo with good leadership but are not politicians. So, it takes one to be a good politician and at the same time, a humble public servant. Ano ba yung limits ko? Ano ba yung pwede? Ano ba yung bawal? Yung code of ethics na yan will be a good commandment or standard na isa-set natin sa ibang mga tao. Para may upgrade naman natin, mapakita naman natin na, yes, I am a politician and yet, what's more important, I can say that I'm truly a good public servant.
My next question, ma'am, is in administrating your co-officials and employees, how can a public official promote a high quality of leadership and harmonious relationship with?
Can I tell you a short story of how it was here in the City Hall when I assumed office? I told the GOs that came in with me in the mayor's office, I told them, please remain humble. Number two, we are entering Alliance 10. Bakit? For 24 years, dalawang mayor lang ang nagpapalitan, Mayor Mendoza and Mayor Manalang. When I had the entire City Hall surveyed in terms of loyalty, mabibilang namin na about 800 to 900 belong to the previous administration, about 200 belong to this mayor. Ilan yung Christy Angeles na willing to support me pagpasok ko sa City Hall? There were about 19 of them. So it was a tough task for me. How can I gain their respect? How can I gain their support? Being the head ng lungsod ng Tarlac with 1,276 employees, paano ko aayusin ang number one, ang City Hall? Alam naman natin when we assume office, there were so many errors of the past that needed to be changed, reforms that we needed to institute. And foremost, I really had to lead by good example sa fellow City Hall employees ko. So number one, in-instill natin was discipline. Number two, work attitude na bawat isa. Number three, pinakita natin we had to live by example. You know, without these three ingredients, you cannot gain the respect of your fellow City Hall employees. So sabi ko sa kanila, nakikita nyo ako ganito, I come to the office maaga, I come home late at the night, and I make sure na yung kulturang kinagisnan ninyo in the previous administration, hindi ko dala-dala yan. I'm bringing in a new kind of culture, free from graft and corruption, walang palakasan system, magiging fair tayo sa lahat ng kausap natin. And most of all, ibababa ang programa sa taong bayan. Paramdam natin, nandito tayo, sumusweldo tayo dito. It's because of the hard-earned money, sweat and blood dyan, ng taxpayers' money ang nagpapasahod sa atin. Kaya hindi tayo pwedeng maging above the law. Pakita natin yung humility in serving our constituents. That's probably one way that we were able to get the trust and respect of our fellow City Hall employees. Now, dealing with the department heads was another story. These are the people handling departments under them. And it was quite very tough for me kasi alam naman natin na wala talaga akong kasangga when I came inside the City Hall. So what I did was, kinausap sila, open dialogue, communication. What did I want them to do? Ito, sa administration ni Mayor Christy Angeles, ito ang policy ako. Ito ang gusto nating ma-achieve. I am not in this boat alone. We all work together as a team. Slowly, nung nakita ng mga department heads how things were being run in the city government, nagkaroon ng change of heart. Marami nag-pledge ng support, nagpakita na, Mayor, we like your administration kasi you're giving trust and respect to us as department heads. Hindi nyo kami basta dinidiktahan, pinakikinggan ninyo ang side namin before you implement a policy in each department. So that's one way siguro, yung give and take. As a leader, you cannot just impose what you want. As a leader, to become a good leader, you have to listen to what your people have to say to you. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying na know it all si Mayor. No. I listen to the advice, words of wisdom ng mga department heads ko, ng mga fellow City Hall employees ko dito, na in a way na when I listen to them, I ask them, sa palagay mo sa problemang ito, anong makakabuti sa nakararami? Never to the interest of just one or two person. Never with any vested interest. Kaya first things first, when we came into office, kinorek natin yung maraming anomalous contracts na inabutan natin dito. I had to run the city with good governance, clean and honest administration. I think that's the only way I can gain the trust and respect of my fellow public servants and of course, the people in general. Pag ako walang pinagkaiba doon sa dating administrasyon, then sasabihin lang nila, pare-parehas lamo pala, rin politiko nga rin, metod lakuli. Ang mga politiko na yan, iisa lang ang pakpak nila, pare-parehas, iba-iba lang ang mukha at pangalan. This time, under our administration, we are setting history, we're setting a rule and a guideline na iba ako, iba kayo, iba tayo, iba noon, iba ngayon. So, these are things na unti-unti we're making the people understand and feel. But most of all, syempre, yung pakita ko yung care and concern ko for our constituents. Negative ang inabutan ko in the city, 103 million cash deficit, meaning to say, puputulan na kami ng kuryente. I assume office July 1 of 2016. Puputulan na ng kuryente ang city government, tubig, stop na ang fuel, about how many JOs yung hindi nagsusweldo, about 100 plus of them, 8 months, 10 months hindi sumasahod. Why? Kasi deficit ng 103 million. I needed 103 million para ma-update ang kuryente, ang tubig. So what did we do? The first 6 months that I came into office, pinakiusapan yung mga creditors na yan. Give me 6 months and I will deliver to you at the end of 6 months. How did we do it? We canceled all anomalous contracts. And then, revenues started coming inside the city. By the end of 2016, December, the 103 million deficit became 106 million positive cash. So meaning to say, sakto lang tayong nakahinga. Naka-abante lang, kumbaga ito, dati tayo deficit ng 103, sakto lang tayo nakaganyan with 106. 3 million lang halos ang napasobra natin sa deficit. But through good governance, strict implementation of our rules, nobody's exempted. It's not whom you know, but it's what you know in your work. Putting the right people in the right places, disciplining the workforce or the City Hall employees, making them aware that we're bringing in a different kind of culture when it comes to work ethics. Unti-unti, there was change. And with change, nag-increase din ang revenue ng city government. By the end of 2017, we were positive cash position of 208 million. Meaning, may extra cash savings tayong 208 million. And by the end of 2018, 288.10 million ang extra positive cash position or cash savings ng City Government of Tarlac. Now with this, very proud kong sinasabi, paano natin achieve ito? Good, clean, and honest governance. If you are a person or sabihin mo na, kasi minsan tayo mababa ang pagtingin natin sa mga politiko eh. Corrupt yan. Wala namang gagawin yan. Ganyan lang yan. Puro ganon, ano. Unless given the chance to prove yourself that you're bringing in a different kind of work attitude, a different kind of culture sa pagiging public servant, and you can prove that with your deeds, with what you can do, people will never give you the trust and the respect you want to receive from others. So, hopefully to 2019, I do not know yet. We will find out by first quarter of 2020. The Commission on Audit will audit the city government. Only then will we find out kung nagkaroon ba tayo ng savings, saan ba tayo masyadong mas malaki ang nagastos, saan ba pumasok ang income natin. I would also like to cite an example with you. Kayo, mga bata pa kayo. Someday you will become the leaders of tomorrow. With your education, some of you might proceed to becoming a professional licensed lawyer, no? Gusto ko lang ipakita sa inyo na the impossible can become possible. How we do this? Hindi lang siyempre yung work attitude natin, hindi lang yung disiplina that we carry with us, but we carry with us yung bang culture na sinashare natin sa lahat, ini-educate natin ang lahat. Eto ako, good example ako. Lahat tayo, kung pwede lang, magkaisa bawat oras, sama-sama. Probably you've been hearing my slogan, magkaisa bawat oras, sama-sama. Because when I assume office, very divisive ang city. Mga personal vested interest. 3 lang ang pinramis ko sa taong bayan in 2016 during my oath-taking. Basura, trapiko, at saka palengke. And then, after this, yung 3 anomalous contract na inayos natin, na inabutan ko. One is the downtown public market. Alam na ninyo yon, yung Pure Gold, where half of the downtown public market was leased to Mrs. Ladaran. Mrs. Ladaran, from 400,000 binigay sa kanya ng city government. After a few months, pina-reduce niya sa 100,000 rental. And then after a few months, binaba sa 70,000 yung rental ng previous administration kay Mrs. Ladaran. Nung 70,000 na lang ang upa ni Mrs. Ladaran with the previous administration for that half of the public market, pinaupa niya ito kay Pure Gold at 700,000. So meaning, question is, Mrs. Ladaran is paying the government 70,000, but Mrs. Ladaran is charging 700,000 to Pure Gold. Question is, saan napupunta yung 630,000 monthly? Inayos natin yan, nakipaglaban tayo, bakbakan. God is good. He sends angels along the way. Minsan, ito yung sinasabi kong the impossible becoming possible. Bumabangga tayo sa isang higante. Sino ba si Pure Gold? Ilang branches ba siya buong Pilipinas? Sino ba si Mrs. Ladaran? Eto tayo, bagong upong mayor. Ang pinaglalaban ko lang, karapatan ng taong bayan. Pinaglalaban ko lang, maibalik sa taong bayan ang palengke natin. But you know, really, God is good. Recently lang, itong week na ito, sumuko na si Mrs. Ladaran. So that palengke, tayo na ngayon ang babayaran diretso ng Pure Gold at 810,000 with a little increase. And this last Wednesday, nagbayad na ang Pure Gold ng almost close to 8 million sa Tarlac City Government. Para sa akin, ano ba ito? Pera lang yan. Pero hindi. Naipaglaban natin ang karapatan ng taong bayan. Number two, those involved in the past administration were indicted by the Ombudsman for graft and corruption. Now, hinihiling na ito sa Sandigan Bayan for final conviction. We are awaiting final justice for the people of Tarlac City. Meanwhile, financially, mayaman ngayon ng Tarlac City ng 810 million thousand a month from rentals coming from Pure Gold. This is one perfect example that I'm telling you. If you're bringing in a different change or culture, mababago mo ang imposible. Nagiging posible ang imposible. Na sa una, pag upo mo, titingnan mo, napakahirap, anong gagawin ko, paano ito? Bumabangga ako sa mga higante. Pero hindi yun. Kung nandito ang intention mo, good intention, running the city government with good, clean, and honest governance, it will follow. Darating yan. And of course, God Almighty, hindi tayo pinababayaan. Now, let's talk about the second case na laban pa natin. It's the one paliparan sa Uptown Market. If you remember, bago nag-end ang administration ng nakaraan, nangutang siya ng 450 million sa Land Bank para ipatayo ang palengke. Right after the market was constructed, binenta ang mga rights, stall rights. So maraming namili, 200,000, 300,000, magkapwesto lang doon. And the stall cartel owners, there were 6 of them identified, bumili ng bultuhan in millions. Sila ngayon ang nagpasabli sa maliliit na market vendors group. Ito yung iniiyak ng puso ko. Ang isang market vendor, namumutang ng 5-6, nagbabayad ng upa, triple, quadruple sa isang paliparan. At their expense, people are enriching themselves, and yet, inuupahan lang ng mga grupong paliparan ang city government ng 1 million pesos a month. Pero sila kumikita ng 400,000 a day, and that's 12 million a month. So, malinaw na meron silang gross profit na 11 million a month. They're getting 12 million sa pagpapaupa nila sa vendors group. And paliparan is only paying the city government 1 million a month. They're getting 12 million versus 1 million. Ito yung talagang pinuputok ng puso ko. Nakikita ko yung vendors group, nakakaawa, ang dumi-dumi ng palengke, ang baho-baho, pati yung mga pasilyo, walang pakundangang pinauupa nila, pati yung parking lot, nilagyan nila ng mga pwesto na bawal, hindi dapat. Bakbakan yan. Legal battle yan. Now, finally, 3 out of 4, nanalo na tayo. Isa na lang yung pinaglalabanan, full recovery of the palengke. Of the 3, nakuha natin, ngayon nasa Court of Appeals na tayo, nakuha natin yung preliminary injunction. Meaning, pwede nang makialam si city, si mayor, city government sa pamamalakad ng paliparan sa palengke. Pwede na tayo mag-impose ng Omnibus Market Code. So, these are little wins that we gain simply because we are not like the rest of the politicians. Simply because there is heart, there is commitment, there is love for others. You can never achieve change kung ikaw mismo corrupt ka. Paano mo mapapabago? Paano mo maipaglalaban ang corruption na ginawa nung nakaraan kung ikaw mismo tainted ang kamay mo ng graft and corruption katulad nila? Now, let's go to the third. Siguro you've been hearing about the Uniwide. That Uniwide property was leased to Mr. Gao. So ang laban nila is 25 to 30 years lease. Pinaglaban din natin yan, full recovery. Sumuko si Mr. Gao, napanalunan na natin. That piece of property is 6.1 hectares with a fair market value of 2.5 to 3 billion pesos. Nabawi natin. Meaning to say, Tarlac City Government is now richer by 2.5 to 3 billion in terms of property sa Uniwide. But, yung building, nilalabanan pa tayo ng Avatar Corporation. So yung building, patuloy pa ang laban ng City Government of Tarlac with Avatar Corporation. These are little obstacles na nakakahamper sa gusto nating change, sa gusto nating pagbabago. The kind of administration we want to flaunt to everyone na eto kami, lumalaban, kakaiba ang aming pananaw sa pamamalakad ng good governance. Basta kami, hindi kami natatakot. Sino ba si Christy Angeles? giants ang binangga natin. That paliparan is owned by 4 big Chinese group running different public markets in the whole Philippines. Isa lang yung palengking hawak nilang yan. Pero eto ko, not giving up. Hindi ako sumusuko, patuloy ang laban. Why? Because I want victory. I want justice for the people of Tarlac. Not only for us, but for the future generation. Imagine if we will win that case, babalik sa atin ang palengke, bababa ang rental ng vendors group, mapapalinis ko na sa gusto kong linis, mapapaayos na natin sa gusto nating ayos. Kaya lang, sadyang ganyan siguro kahirap ang inabutan natin problema, but I'm not giving up. Especially pag ang laban natin ay para sa taong bayan. Good governance, clean and honest governance. Someday, some of you might be in public service, no? Hindi natin maalis yan. Bakit ako ba nung estudyante ako? How I wanted to take up law when I graduated from UST. But because my parents were telling me, naku, 4 na kayong college, Christy, paranay ka. Tumulong ka dito sa negosyo natin para mapatapos ko rin para mapatapos din namin ang daddy mo, yung 3 mo pang kapatid. I had to give up my dream. Never did I imagine that one day, andito tayo as a public servant. I don't call myself a politician. I always talk about myself being a public servant. May difference yan. Hindi lahat ng politician, again, I'm going to repeat, not all politicians are good public servants. And there are very good public servants who are not politicians. 2 different things yan. Kasi minsan ako-confuse na tayo sa good governance eh. When we think everybody's doing it, siguro nga good governance na ito. Eh tayo, kahit pa ako na lang mag-isa, pero itong tama, I will stand for it. Kahit pa lahat kayo magkakampi, magkakasangga, pero sa nakikita ko, sa mata ng Diyos, mata ng taong mali yan, hindi tayo makikisama sa kanila. Let's learn to stand up and make a difference. Unless we do that, we can never instill change and reform in our city. Standing up for what is right, standing up for what is good, fighting for truth and justice. Ito lang ang guiding principle ko, being a public servant. Swerte lang na upo tayo, punong lungsod ng Tarlac. But did you know the background of how I came into public office? Ito, a little different outside the question na ninyo to. Ang background ko, from 1993, I was a volunteer secretary of Madam Cory Aquino. I was a part of the Piso't Puso Tarlac Foundation. So, I was there the whole time. Siguro sa kanya ko nakita, namulat ako sa kanya. Kasi si Madam Cory is very honest. She has a good heart. There's the name that they say that there's Cory Magic. Ako mismo was a witness to the Cory Magic. Well, anyway, until her death, I was a volunteer secretary for her. Pag yan naputos, I do not ask question. I always ask her, I tell her, Ma'am, how would you want it done? Consider it done. Bibigay lang yan ng, Christy, I need you to bring 18 buses. May rally tayo kay Arab because they're doing a charter change. I need 18 buses. Bring in 18 buses of people from Tarlac province, blah, blah, blah. Ganyan lang yung mag-utos. Pupunuin natin ang cathedral. May prayer rally tayo for good governance. Ganyan lang yung mag-uutos. Bahala na ako kung saan ako kukuha ng crowd para mapuno ko yung cathedral. In other words, siguro siya parang naging mentor ko na rin. Kasi sa kanya, nung na-under ako sa kanya, hindi na siya presidente. PCCA na siya, Private Citizen Cory Aquino. Doon ko nakita ang good heart niya of being a mother, a wife, and at the same time, a public servant. Hindi siya politician. Public servant na who went out of her way to really help lalo na yung mga grassroots. So, in 2010, President Noynoy was running for president. Pinoy was running for president. And then I was tasked by the Presidential Sisters to become the provincial convener for Tarlac Province, meaning campaign manager ako ni Pinoy for the whole province of Tarlac. Okay. So, hindi rin kami nagtanong, hindi kami humingi ng funding, basta tayo, gagawa, magtatrabaho, tulong-tulong. So, nung naging presidente na si Pinoy, dinisband na namin. I was tasked as provincial convener for People Power Volunteer for Reform. If you remember, siguro elementary pa lang kayo noon, in 2010, that was the Aquino Rojas, the blue and yellow. Ito yung mga nakasulat sa pader na malalaking Aquino Rojas. kami yon, PPVR, People Power Volunteer for Reform. Well, meron akong maliit na negosyo, iniwan ko muna, nag-focus ako sa campaigning for Pinoy. And then when Pinoy won, kinausap ko ang mga members ko, total nakaupo ng presidente natin, subukan naman natin siya, na sana may pagpatuloy niya yung naumpisahan na magaganda ng nanay niya. So we called ourselves One Tarlac. Still, we did charity work, sumusuport kami as an NGO. So come 2016, si Congressman Henry Cojuangco, yung anak niya si Kit Cojuangco was supposed to run, 2013 was supposed to run for Vice Governor. And they needed an alliance sa provincial, dito sa Capitol, sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan. They asked me if I could run as board member to help Vice Governor Kit run the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. We refused twice. Really, sinabi namin, kung hindi po kami politikong tao, kung private na tao lang po kami, kung pwede naman po kami tumulong without being in position. That's when I say public servant. You don't need to be a politician to be a public servant. Pero tutulong po kami sa abot na makakaya namin. Until the third meeting, pinatawag na kami, kailangan tumulong until we said yes. Sabi ng husband ko, sino ba tayo? Napakaliit natin tao. Cojuangco yan, kapatid yan ng Danding Cojuangco, kapatid yan ng San Miguel Corporation. Tayo, maliit na tao lang tayo dito sa Tarlac and we're saying no to them. So we said yes. And that was when I became a board member and luckily, fortunately, I became senior board member. That was 2013. Now, come 2016, si Congressman Henry Cojuangco was supposed to run for governor. Sa Nationalist People's Coalition, pag lalaki ang governor, ang nagba-vice governor, babae. Pag governor ay babae, ang nagba-vice governor ay lalaki. Yan ang standing rule ng Nationalist People's Coalition. So come 2016, tatakbo ng governor, vice governor tayo until 6 months prior to the filing of candidacy, namatay si Congressman Henry Cojuangco. Okay. Pagkamatay ni Congressman Henry Cojuangco, nagulong, na-reshuffle. Si Congressman Victor Yap was supposed to run for mayor. Si Governor Susan Yap, Congressman Susan Yap, siya at that time was supposed to re-elect as congresswoman. Congressman Henry was supposed to run governor and we were supposed to be the running mate as vice governor. Well, nabago lahat yan, na-reshuffle yan. Binaba tayo for mayor, nagpalitan yung magkapatid between governor and congressman. Palitan sila, tayo nag-mayor. Again, we said no. Kinausap kami ni VY, patay na si Kong Henry, mayor, I want to run for Congress. Si Susan will run for governor. There's nobody to run for Tarlac City as mayor. Sinabi namin sa kanya, Kong, count us out. We will help, but please, no more to politics. Enough na po yung 1 term, 3 years ako nag-board member in support of Congressman Henry Cojuangco and Kit Cojuangco, who was then vice governor at that time. Nakiusap si VY twice, 2 meetings, 1 in the house, 1 in our office, and both times my husband said no. Babalik kami sa private life, but we will be here to support the Nationalist People's Coalition until the call came from Boss Danding. In that meeting, lahat ng mayors ng First District were all there. Lahat. Isa lang ang sinabi ni Boss Danding sa akin. Ako, we were already ready to say no to politics. Ayaw na po namin. But how can we decline politely without offending a boss like Boss Danding? So, nung pinatawag kami, please upo ka dito. Then my husband was there. All were mayors of the First District. Congressman VY was there. Governor VY pa siya noon was there. So, nandun lahat yung matataas na tao. Ramon Ang was there. Lahat na matataas na tao ng San Miguel Corporation and NPC. Alright, ganito sinabi ni Boss Danding. Christy, I want you to run for mayor of Tarlac City. Na panako, iniisip ko, I was trying to compose in my mind how to say it without offending him. So nung I was able to muster enough guts, I told him, boss, wag po sana kayong magagalit. If there's anybody that we should ask to run for mayor of Tarlac City, ayan po, Governor VY. Number 1, established na siya, matagal na sa politics. Number 2, nakatayo na lahat ng mga leaders niya, nandiyan na. Number 3, he will give good governance for Tarlac City. Alam mo kung ano sinabi ni Boss Danding? Christy, si VY tatakbong congressman because he has an important role to play in Congress. for NPC. And si Susan, I want her to run for governor because may 1.5 billion savings na maiiwan si Vic, si VY sa Capitol, and I want it to be in good hands. Now, I want you to run for Tarlac City because I know Tarlac City will be in good hands. I want you to bring the change that our people in Tarlac City needs. So, wala akong magawa. Tahimik na naman ako. The second time, we tried again during that entire meeting. The meeting lasted for 4 to 5 hours with all the mayors of the first district and some political leaders. Nung the second time, we were able to muster in enough courage. Sumingit na naman yung asawa ko, sinipa ko na eh. Kung naman, Paul, hindi ko naman paliwan naman ko naman. Nagsalita ang husband ko, Boss, wag po sana kayo magagalit, pero magle-lay-low na po kami sa politics. Muna, tutulong naman po kami, we're still here na. Anong sabi ni Boss? Hindi mo naiintindihan, Vic, this is it, tapos na ang usapan. So with that, sinausap ko si VY, kung Gov pa siya noon, Gov, just give me 3 weeks. I want to go around, I want to feel the pulse of the people. Do not yet announce that I am the candidate of the party for mayor. 3 things I want answered. Number 1, gusto ba ako ng mga taga-Tarlac City? Number 2, ano bang gagawin ko para mabago ko ang problemang talamak dito sa lungsod ng Tarlac? Number 3, ano ang mga programs na ibababa ko sa taong bayan para madala ko yung pagbabagong gusto ni Boss for Tarlac City? Umikot ako, una kong na-meet mga market vendors ko. Umiiyak, naghihinagpis, masama ang loob, argabyado sila sa ginawa ng paliparan. Umikot ako sa senior citizen, umiiyak, tinanggal yung kanilang 500 pesos a year na dati binibigay. Umikot ako sa mga teachers, same thing din, na hindi nila gusto yung pamamalakad, walang support na nakukuha sa city government. Wala pang 3 weeks pumutok, sumabog na that Christie is running for mayor. So, sabi ko, eto na yun, this is it. No way to back out. But you know, anong guiding principle ko during the time of campaign? Simple lang naman eh, di ba? You surrender yourself to the Lord. Every day, morning, evening, before I sleep, mabigat ang laban, 76 kapitans, 6 lang ang kapitan ko, nagtatago pa yung 2, 70 kapitans nasa kalaban namin, mga leaders nila, nandun lahat sa kanila, iilan lang yung mga taong naniniwala that I'm bringing with me good governance. So sabi ko, Lord, mabigat ang laban namin ito, bahala ka na. I surrender myself to you. If I make it in this election, that was 2016, then I know I have a purpose. You have a purpose for me if I make it in this election. And if I don't make it in this election, then I know you must have a reason why. So yun lang, every day I wake up ganon, I sleep ganon. Every day I do my best, campaign, pagod, lahat, ikot. Until lumabas yung result. That was 2016. Now, 2019, we run again because ang dami pa natin gustong ituloy na pagbabago for Tarlac City. Marami pa tayong magagandang pangarap. One of which is yung dito mga pwesto sa ibaba. Ang umuupa lahat dyan, si Councilor Ato Chua. And he's only renting it for 50,000. Si Councilor Ato, pinauupa niya ng mas mahal sa mga tenants dito. Silang sinabi ko, Councilor Ato, pakita mo sa akin, wag sa salita that you're supporting it. Pakita mo sa akin sa gawa. I-surrender mo lahat ng pwesto nito kasi gusto kong lagyan ng free dialysis center ang ating mga kababayan na nangangailangan ng tulong. And secondly, you own 49% of Uptown Market with Paliparan. Please, kung kaya mo rin lang, surrender na ninyo. Let's give it back to the people of Tarlac City. Ikaw lang ang susi para makumbinsi mo yung Big Four, yung mga bosses mo dyan, na i-give up na nila ang palengke for the good of the people of Tarlac. And that still remains to be seen. I do not know how, but you know, ako yung faith natin sa Panginoon, He can make the impossible possible. Diba? Yun yung sinasabi ko sa iyo when you put your heart and soul, your heart and mind in what you do. You have to make a difference. You're not a politician, but you're a public servant. Inuuna ang kapakanan ng taong bayan. Inuuna ang ibang tao bago ang sarili. So, with that, I hope later on in life, when you are given a choice, you weigh things well, but of course, we have to pray very, very hard, is this God's will for me? is this God's plan for me? I'm closing a door in my private life, I'm going public to be a public servant. Ano ba yun? Diba? That is when you have to put your work, your heart, your mind, and your body and your soul in everything that you do. You will forget yourself, but put the interest of others above self. So yun ang basically, that's my guiding principle in being a public servant. Medyo na out of fun na tayo dun sa mga tanong niyo.
Ma'am,
Yes.
last question.
Mhm.
One of the biggest achievement of Tarlac City is nakuha po natin yung Seal of Good Local Governance.
Yes.
Paano po natin na-achieve yun?
Okay. Di ba kanina, you had a question with me, yung respect ng mga kasamahan ko dito sa City Hall. You cannot achieve SGLG if you are alone doing it. We achieve SGLG because it's a collaborative effort between the department heads, between the executive head, and between the legislative department. Number one, you cannot make mga guidelines, mga ano ba to, resolutions, ordinances without the support of the vice mayor and the councilors. Number two, you cannot make your department heads work and support your program for SGLG if you do not know how to take care of them. If you don't have their trust and their respect, di ka naman nila susundan eh. Oo lang yan sa'yo pero wala namang gagawin. Still, it will be impossible to achieve. Three things. Number one, you have to get the trust and the respect of your co-workers. Hindi lang department heads, but down to the lowest level of the rank and file dito sa City Hall. You have to make them motivated. You have to make them feel that they are part of the good governance you are bringing with you, the good culture you're bringing in with you. And with that, nandiyan naman ang ating mga consultants, nandiyan ang DILG who guided us every step along the way. Ano yung do's, ano yung don'ts, karamihan naman ang ginagawa natin are good things, pultos na ito, ini-enhance na lang natin. So that's how we got the Seal of Good Local Government. Sumunod lang tayo sa lahat ng tama at batas na inuutos ng DILG for the good of our people.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.